She claims the manifestation is always instant. And she has almost 1 million views on this video. Let's check it out.
Alright, instant manifestation. First of all, this is not a clickbait video where I talk about a secret technique that will help you manifest your SP in 3 minutes. But in this video, I'm going to explain to you that instant manifestation...
Can you manifest your SP in 3 minutes? Yes. The answer is yes. It's all about beliefs. If you believe that that's going to happen, then yeah, that is going to happen. You can literally manifest them calling you. You can do this, but you need to absolutely believe that they will do that.
Is real, and that all manifestation is instant, and really remove a lot of the anxieties around conscious creation. So I've seen a lot of videos on instant manifestation, and usually it's along these lines. First, you should believe that instant manifestation is real. Second, here is the secret ultra rare method that I used to manifest instantly. And thirdly, you get a story of how the technique was used and how something showed up 24 hours or an hour after.
The truth of all this is that manifestation can be instant if you believe it is instant. That's only how it works. That's the only way it can work, because once the belief is set in, then reality changes. So the only way for the reality to change is that you need to know that reality can work in that way. Because if you don't believe that reality works in that way, it's not gonna happen. Because everything starts from your identity. Everything starts from your beliefs. So yes, instantaneous manifestation can work. Can you use a method to do it? Yes. Do you need to use a method to do it? No. Every method works. Every belief works. But it only works if you believe it works.
Fourth, if you tried this technique and it didn't work, it's probably because you didn't persist hard enough or believe it hard enough. Whenever I see videos like this, it's not that I don't agree with it. I just think that if it's not consumed in the right way, it can be really misleading. It can create this kind of obsessive mentality and get people to doubt their creative powers.
There are no limits. That's where it stopped. That's where people get confused. There are no limits to your manifestation. You can manifest yourself into an entirely different reality if you wanted to. But you need to know that that can happen. The more you trust something, the easier you will manifest it.
Everyone kind of just talks about the same thing and comes to the same conclusion in their different ways.
Absolutely.
They just say it in different ways.
Absolutely.
They use their own verbiage.
That's why it's so interesting, because we have so many teachers, so many people coming to the same conclusion, but they're just using different terminologies. But it's the same answer. It's always the same. It's always the same thing that you need to do if you want to truly manifest.
Joseph Murphy, Florence Scovel, which is my personal favorite, Eckhart Tolle, Michael Singer. And you kind of triangulate all of these different teachings together and then bring your own experiences. You really do realize manifestation is always instant, and I'm going to explain why. I'm going to start with a very boiled down definition of manifestation, and I want you to bear with me here because you're probably going to be like, I've already heard this, why are you talking about this? But bear with me here because this is kind of the foundation, the important part. It doesn't matter if you want to call it manifestation, law of attraction, law of assumption, conscious creation, whatever it is, right? I think about it in two parts. First part, you're setting an intention of what you want. And the second part is you're allowing the universe to bring it to you in the way that makes most sense to the universe. When I say intention, it could literally mean anything. Like, I think of intention as it could be one affirmation, a visualization. That's the technique part that you've heard of. You know, scripting, vision boarding, whatever, I don't care. Like, that's, to me, the techniques are the least important part. We're going to leave that aside, and I'm just going to call it an intention. And now the second part is really the interesting part, and this is the bridge of incidents, as what Neville coins it. And this is really the part where a series of events needs to happen for you to get from A to B. And again, everyone talks about the same thing, but they use different terms. So Neville calls it the bridge of incidents. If you listen to Abraham Hicks, she uses a term called orchestration. Florence Scovel refers to it as unexpected channels. Joe Dispenza, synchronicities. Vadim Zeland external intention. So the more you read, the more you realize like everyone is just talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop right here because this is the important part. If there's anything you get away from this video, it's this. The time it takes for your manifestation to appear in your physical reality may or may not be instant. However, the time it takes for your bridge of incidence to appear is always instant. And I'm going to say that again. The time it takes for your manifestation to appear in your physical reality may or may not be instant, but the time it takes for the bridge of incidence to form is always instant.
Whatever your intention is, the universe sets up dominoes to follow your intention. What you need to do is set an intention, set a goal, set what you want from your reality, from your life. And then what happens is you need to just take that first step. So the universe sets up those dominoes. Your only job is to pick the dominoes you wanted to set by just setting the intention. You just set the intention. It lays the dominoes on its own. You don't choose the dominoes themselves, because if you try to control everything, your mind would go crazy. Imagine having to think about every single step of everything of your everyday. You would go crazy. That's why we have a subconscious. The subconscious is offloading all of that inputs, all of that data for you. That's why the subconscious is so powerful, because it does most of the things for you. But if you have a virus in your subconscious, like if you have negative beliefs, then yeah, it's going to work against you. But if you replace your negative beliefs with positive beliefs, with new habits, with positive good habits, what's going to happen is that your subconscious is going to work for you, and it's going to help the universe rearrange everything. So rearrange the dominoes, and the only thing that you would need to do is set an intention and take the first step to push the dominoes. Because when you push the dominoes, everything starts falling into place. All the pieces of the puzzle start forming and start being put together. Opportunities rise, doors open. People come into your life you never met or you haven't seen in years, coming to you with opportunities. Maybe you're gonna find your SL. All depends on what you truly want.
That's why manifestation is always instant, because as soon as you send out the intention, and again, intention could be anything, an affirmation, one single thought, a bridge of incidence already gets formed. Once that bridge of incidence is formed, your manifestation is pretty much inevitable. So it's instant because it's inevitable. You can't see the bridge, and it's really not your job to see this bridge. Your only job is to just take that step forward. Think about what happens when you're on a bridge, right? Like a real life bridge. When you're on a bridge, there is only one through way. It's forward. I mean, you can also walk back, yes, but there's no like 5 directions that you're going in. And that's what makes it inevitable, because the universe will always construct this bridge in the shortest, most direct way possible, and oftentimes in a way that you least expect. You couldn't have even imagined it at all. Someone or something will start to move behind the scenes for you to access what you want. I'm going to share a quote by Neville Goddard himself to kind of illustrate this point. So this is what Neville says. "You may feel you do not have the wisdom to find the means to get it, but you do. If it takes 1,000 or 10,000 people to play their parts to bring you into the embodiment of what you assumed you are, they will play their parts knowingly or unknowingly."
So the universe rearranges yourself based on your intention and based on your choices. But the only thing is, if you keep choosing so many different things, the universe can't manifest fast enough for it to happen. So let's say one day you want to be an actor or actress. You want to be in Hollywood for some reason. You want to go on the big screen. And then 5 days later, you don't want to do it. You want to be a singer. You want to write songs. You want to be on a different stage, have concerts. The problem is, when you switch your intentions that quickly, the universe doesn't have time to set up the dominoes for it to happen. Or either you start pushing that, you push the dominoes, and then you switch to different dominoes, and then the track just broke off. the dominoes didn't continue to fall because you switched to different dominoes, to a whole another line, to a new reality. And you, by switching that, you're taking away the power you have over your reality because you don't believe it or trust it long enough. It's like she said, your manifestation is inevitable. But the problem is if you switch your manifestations constantly, then you can't really get them. So stop switching the things that you want. Decide now and follow through with your decisions. If you want to have your SO next to you, what would you do to have that? What kind of person? What would you feel if you had your SO next to you, the perfect person next to you, the perfect life right now? How would you feel? Act that out. Take that first step.
I didn't understand this because I never had experience of it. Even if I did, I didn't really connect the dots of it in the past. And when I started to experience this more and more in my own life, how the bridge of events gets formed and how things come to you when you are in that receiving state, everything started to make so much sense. And I want to give you a very personal example, kind of a trivial example, but it's a really great illustration of how manifestation is really instant and how the bridge of incidents operates.
So we're not gonna listen to her story. I'm actually gonna tell my story. It's like a super stupid but short but very interesting story. So one day I wanted to go get some food. So I was in my car. Most of the time I always take the same road to go get to the restaurant where I can take the food for takeout. But this time I wanted to check something different. I want to try something else. And I asked myself, and I asked God, where do you think that I need to go? And my intuition told me that I should not go the same road I always go with. What happened then? I listened to my intuition. I went to a longer path, a different road to actually get to there. And I go along the path, I drive, I go. And for some reason, in the middle of the road, there was like the garbage guys throwing away the garbage. And because the road was blocked until they actually throw out the garbage. So that's going to take about like 5 to 10 minutes. And I'm like, why am I going this road? I could just went the other way around and just got there like 10 minutes faster. And I'm like, this didn't work. Why did I listen to myself? Why did I listen to this stupid like intuition that I had in myself? Like, I didn't need to do that. Like, why did God make me go this way? I was really pissed off. Like, this just didn't work. And slowly they finish. They complete the job. They continue and they go to a different road. They enter a different street. And I can just continue to go straight. So I go straight. And like 50 meters ahead, I see the street I would go to normally get to that restaurant. The entire street is closed. They're working on the entire street. That is crazy. And the only path I can go to actually get to the restaurant is the path I chose, the different route I chose. And it's the only part that actually was left so people can go through. I got no idea they were working on that street. They just started that day. It saved me time and frustration and everything. It's the trusting the intuition, trusting the process. So even though I did hate the process, even though some of my feelings were hate, it still worked because I believed something is going to happen and that something is going to be good. And it saved me like 20, 30 minutes of driving. That's how it works. You need to trust the beliefs, trust the attention that you set and follow it through. Follow through the whole intention. Your emotions could help through it. Like, it could be faster, but it's not a massive deterrent because it's very simple. Even if you're a millionaire, a billionaire, gazillionaire, you're gonna have sad days. Are you gonna lose everything, all of your money if you're sad one day? Absolutely not. But if you're sad every day, then probably yes. Your immediate feelings can help you to boost it, but even if you're sad, it doesn't mean you're going to lose it. So all of your emotions can manifest. People lose weight because they're angry with themselves. They're angry with life. So anger could be used as a mode to manifest, to make the road easier for you to actually get the things that you want. That's how you do it. Every emotion can be used to manifest. The only thing you need to do is truly believe in the decision and the intent that you chose. And then you're going to get everything you ever wanted. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. If you have any problems or anything, let me know down in the comments and contact me. I'm going to help you as much as I can.